And then I'll probably try and get us our. Oh, I should do a 1940 heavy ship. That's what I should do.
Couldn't hurt, especially if you want to actually build it.
I legitimately have no idea, like, what makes a ship good in the Navy. I'm just slapping shit on here and hoping it works.
Well, so battleships. Are you building a battlecruiser or a battleship?
Battle cruiser, because that seems to be doing well for us.
It's effectively the same thing as a battleship. I don't know why I specified. You basically need a good amount of secondary guns so you can engage light targets. You need probably 3 turrets worth of heavy guns, so if other battleships show up, you can engage those. You need the best radar you can get, and then whatever's left over you put on AA. Pretty simple.
Sounds like a plan. That's basically what I've got. I've got dual purpose
Oh, those are good.
for basically everything that can be dual purpose.
Mm-hmm. Looks like the Allies have landed in Belgium as well.
Ooh, hell yeah!
They're actually
That's
they've got a
that's
foothold
sig-
there too.
that's significantly earlier.
Yeah, the Allies have a tendency of doing that in this invasion.
All right, the Kirov and the Stalingrad are in production.
Good to hear, good to hear. We've almost completed our intensified pilot training programs, and that'll give us a lot of buffs to our Air Force. It's actually kind of crazy. I didn't think it'd be this much. Maybe they buffed it and I didn't notice.
It is pretty freaking cool. Like, you get to the point where, like, yeah, you have more air accidents, but like,
Oh, we're
okay,
getting rid
I
of
guess.
that. Do you see what we're doing on our focus?
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll be gone after this.
Yeah.
It'll just have some slightly. Oh shit, I didn't see. Is that new?
I was about to say that's like that looks a lot better than I remember it being.
Yeah, like I normally select that one, and I don't remember it being nearly this good.
Yeah, increased aircraft production kind of looks shit in comparison.
Oh, they're trying to Italy's trying to naval invade Bornholm.
Doesn't look like they're succeeding. Oh, no, no, they're not, lol.
No,
Malinovsky? Oh, that's funny. Do you know about Rodion Malinovsky?
I do not.
He is one of the worst generals in the entirety of the Great Patriotic War. And that's saying something. So, like, he was in charge of attacking here in the Caucasus when the Germans had been reduced to this point, essentially, like, a little bit over Crimea. And for, like, at least a year or so, he couldn't take this land despite having, like, a 2 to 3 to 1 advantage and Air Force advantage and take advantage.
That is sad.
Yeah. And, like, they're backs to the wall naval, like, and this is Romanian troops too, a lot of them were.
Ah,
It wasn't just Germans right there.
yeah, it was a lot in the southern areas, especially. It was a lot of Romanians and a lot of Balkans, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
Balkan.
mostly Romanians. By that point, the Hungarian army had pretty much been devastated after the Stalingrad failure. And then the Italians were already, like, I think they had were in the process of flipping.
Okay.
Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, we're going to organize the partisans. That's going to give you an extra operative. It's going to give us 2 extra generals.
Oh, speaking of which, I didn't see we had that extra. Okay. The invasion of Copenhagen will be coming up soon.
Oh boy. Let's hope that goes well.
I mean, Bornholm went perfectly fine. And I mean, we seem to be doing some serious damage to the German Navy. Oh no, don't do that.
Let's see, how are we doing on fuel? We haven't upgraded it once yet. We're probably
Oh,
going to need to.
we are Even with the Navy doing maneuvers right now,
Yeah,
we're
but once we get
still.
our Air Force out, we're going to need it, so I'll go ahead and start on that.
Oh, I guess I see. Well, if our Air Force doesn't increase that much,
It will.
well, okay, fair enough.
Thankfully, we
Ooh, we
got
sunk.
like a whole like 4 or 5 months before we really need to think about offensive operations.
Okay, I'm just fucking with the Germans while I can.
Well, just because it's winter.
Uh, Even better to fuck with them in the Baltic.
Yeah, for
Uh,
those like who are just starting HOI4 and maybe don't know, winter is not a good time to be pushing. Like there's deep
no, it's
snow and snowing. It just makes it really not great in general.
genuinely don't if you can avoid it. Great for defense and great for baiting the AI into attacking in.
Yeah, I mean you can use winter to your advantage. It's just your tanks are going to move a lot slower, so you got to be really mindful of that.
Just FYI, we sunk the Admiral Hipper. The Kronstadt is fucking amazing.
Nice. Okay. Sounds like the Soviet
It's
Navy's really getting its job done.
take a look at the kill count on the Kronstadt when you can. Um,
Okay, they're getting a little too big for their britches here. I'm gonna start using our Air Force against them again. I'm not really the biggest fan of when they're destroying my trains. It kind of pisses me off.
Dude, just like the boats, do not touch the trains.
Hmm. Yeah, we're doing a lot better now that we have a 2,000 fighter frontline strength than if we had a 1,200. Alright, so you said look at the Kronstadt?
Yes, it's the pride of our fleet. If you look at the oh hell yeah,
Yep, that's big. History. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. It's been out there. It's a veteran.
and the Marat should be going back out here soon. She
Oh, we're out fighting them now, despite them having a numbers advantage. Oh, we were. We'll see if that continues.
oh in the Baltic.
No, in the air war.
Oh okay. I'm assuming that our at some point soon here, yeah, with our Soviet Air Force, we are actually very slightly better than them in some instances now.
I think that we've generally got the advantage if you compare the Luftwaffe to no the our spirit for the Red Air Force looks a lot better than the Luftwaffe now. Oh, they brought 3,200 planes to bear.
Oof.
They
Oh yeah, and
that's
we have
basically the entirety of the Luftwaffe.
when if you take a look at our Intel network, we have 100% Intel on them now.
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice. On their planes, I take it.
oh, on every well, I mean, it's we have
Most things.
100%.
Okay, so they have 2,300 Fokker Wolves. Good to know.
Which I mean, I think we can outproduce that pretty quickly.
They're down to only 2 battleships.
Which is they're both Scharnhorsts.
Looks like we have
Um,
about the same amount of men in the field. Like we have 300,000 more. It looks like than the Germans. By the way, we cannot afford to produce ballistic missiles right now. If that weren't
no,
obvious.
no, yeah, we can't.
So
I
I think
wish.
in terms of combat, our #1 goal should be to take Hungary, because if we can take Hungary and maybe Greece even, then we're gonna have access to that aluminum.
Okay.
Um, it'll obviously be easier to push into like Poland, but I don't know how necessary that will be.
Oh, there's seriously no resources in Denmark.
Not really. Not unless they do their focus tree like all the way. Then you can get a bunch in Greenland.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the more fun playthroughs I had actually was playing as Communist Denmark. Because it's kind of a hidden
I
path for them. Like, you're not really supposed to do that. But I made it
I
happen anyway.
felt I thought that was what I noticed the first time I played them.
And yeah, really fun stuff. I built aircraft carriers even with them. Had tanks. All sorts of stuff. They have a pretty good industry. I did end up like having to go to like all adults serve though, because there's like no manpower. Problems with playing minor nations. Santa, for Christmas, I want tank divisions.
On Oh yeah, it's probably time to start researching those.
I mean, I've been working on it a little bit. I'm gonna have 2 slots open here in a second that'll help. So I have a question for you. This is a hypothetical.
All right.
Let's say that post 1940, in the invasion of France, Britain white pieces with Germany,
Ooh.
and Germany gets to keep the land. Can they beat the Soviet Union one-on-one with all their Axis allies?
Like saying in our world, like saying things up to that point had proceeded and just follow France. Britain was like, nope, Dunkirk, that was enough for us.
Yeah,
We're done.
exactly.
Um, okay. Let's see. I would say,
And it's a white piece, so Germany doesn't get anything out of Britain, but they get to keep their European like conquers.
okay. And then, so the French are then either left in the position of do we fully
We'll keep
comply?
with Vichy France for this
Okay.
scenario.
Uh, I don't know. I feel like it would highly depend on what the Japanese did and if Hitler declared war on the US. I feel like they could have, if not actually, like, successfully taken at least a huge portion of Russia, if not the whole thing, um, without the US getting involved. They probably could have. But with the US getting involved and lend leasing the Soviet Union, even if Britain didn't want to do anything, I can imagine that there would have been like massive efforts on the part of people here in the U.S. to basically build a bridge from Alaska to Siberia.
Hmm.
Um, and it might be that they've fought all the way to the Urals. Then at that point, Americans are then pushing across the Urals, which maybe, um, but that's if the U.S. gets involved. Um, I don't know more of the specifics, but just from a pure standpoint of like munitions that they were manufacturing, I think that they could have. Um,
I feel like I'm on the opposite opinion.
well, no, sorry, the Russians would have pushed them back eventually.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you were saying the Germans would win. The number differential was just never going to work in the Germans' favor. I don't think.
No, just in just pure tonnage of explosives produced, there was no way.
Now,
Uh,
one thing that could benefit the Germans, I mean, you have to admit that Stalin did say they were pretty close to capitulating. It's so like if the Russians felt like they were defeated, then they were defeated. But if they held on with tenacity, kind of like how they did in real life, and like if they fought behind the Urals, even I don't know if the Germans could have done anything with that, especially with how partisans were.
oh yeah, they would not have succeeded after a while. They would have, especially if they've successfully rebuilt their industry on the east side of the Urals. I think it would have been next to impossible for the Germans to do anything, especially with like, sir, like there are wonderful historians who've talked about how when you put people on death ground, it makes the war totally different for them
Mm-hmm.
because it's no matter what they do, they know they are going to die, but their best chance, even a 1% chance of survival, will be to fight you tooth and nail.
Mm-hmm. Just like the
Uh,
Russians did, and they won
yeah,
doing that as well.
one because the Germans legitimately put them on death ground. They said, "Hey, If but they just said you Untermensch, we are going to kill you
Hmm.
and make you Aryan colonies.
They were pretty specific about it too. Like they didn't try and hide it. Like at first, the Ukrainians were misguided and thought that they would be liberated by them. Hence why there were some that fought on the German side. But then once they learned of their ways, they ended up fighting both sides, and it didn't go well for them either.
Nope. Oh, and like I get it. Like I mean, 100 years later, here is Ukrainian nationhood being forged quite literally in fire.
Hmm.
Um, oh God, if only if. Do you think there was ever a path where Hitler wasn't a raging racist, and that if he had been, I don't want to say inclusive, but like had he not been like let's murder the and um, kill all Slavs and whatnot, like had he actually done that and taken that path, I'm not saying like outside of everything else, still a horrible person, did horrible things. What do you think would have been the outcome had he not done those?
Well, it would have been a very different situation. He might have not even started the war if he wasn't like a neurotic type. You kind of take someone insane to even think that they could win the war, going after that again, because like in every calculus, Germany was outnumbered and outgunned. It's frankly
Especially
amazing that
from,
they put up the fight they did.
I mean, they kind of got the Uno reverse card, the we are now on death ground.
Hmm. And
Uh,
you know, one good way to look at that in particular is compare the Battle of Stalingrad to the Battle of Berlin. As the Battle of Berlin was beginning, they didn't like fortify it for like a month because Hitler just didn't want to believe it was happening.
and
Where,
then when they, by the
whereas,
time that they,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, by the time they started fortifying, all they had was makeshift fortifications and tearing down the spaces where they're living in, which were going to get destroyed anyways. But they didn't have any way of reinforcing those or doing more of preparation like the Russians did.
Whereas like Stalingrad, they knew that that was a really important battleground, and they fought literally for every centimeter of it. There's a quote that I'm really fond of that I'm going to paraphrase by a Soviet soldier, where he said, "Only someone who fought at Stalingrad knows what a kilometer is. It's 1,000 meters. It's 100,000 centimeters."
God. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Not in this world, though.
Yeah, just absolute carnage from top to bottom over there. And I mentioned it in one of my World at War videos that are going to come out here soon. That like those experiences at Stalingrad carried through the whole war. Germany lost the Sixth Army; they never got to keep that experience fighting there. Whereas the Russians didn't lose their army who fought there, so they had urban combat experts from that point onward, and a
That
lot
makes
of them.
sense.
Hence why,
Ooh,
proximity fuses, nice. That'll help our AA quite a bit. Raids happening.
Yep, and we're about to.
Oh,
We're
they're raiding the
commencing the
oil
invasion.
in
What was that?
Krasnodar. They're gonna try and raid the oil in Krasnodar.
Oh, well, we're also in the process of invading Copenhagen.
I'm gonna move over some planes just to prevent them from raiding.
Good idea.
Just because we have a pretty good air superiority in Belarus now. Oh my goodness. I just saw one day we shot down 72 planes. 63
Ooh,
that day. That is insane. Yeah, you could definitely tell our flyboys are learning the tools of the trade at this point.
the German Navy is trying everything they can right now. What's left of them to keep us from landing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so far, it looks like we are going to land.
Well, they only have a tiny garrison division there. It looks like this was actually a pretty good plan. Now, I hope you're not going to push into all of Denmark and just hold the island to Copenhagen, right?
I'm gonna start with, well, it's Saarland, whatever. Say, yeah, I'm gonna
Svaland?
keep. Surveillance. I'm
I
gonna
don't know how you
start
pronounce that, to be fair.
whatever that island is. That's where I'm gonna start with. That's I don't have enough troops to do more than that.
Uh-huh. Well, you could take the, do you need an infantry army?
Well, I have the two. You gave me the two armies that are currently being used for port defense, but it would be
I could
useful
just
if I
train
had
another
another.
infantry army for you if you want.
That would be wonderful. And we are landing in
That
Copenhagen.
actually reminds me of something that happened on the Pacific front. Oh, we lost 22 convoys, though. That's not good.
Yeah, I gotta pause because um, our
Yeah, the Marines got
convoy.
battered like a motherfucker in that one.
Yeah,
Remember
but
this
they'll hold
province
though.
as well.
Yep, I've got. Oh shit. No. Okay. There we go.
Alright, and the partisans have been organized. They're not fighting, so I'm gonna do military reorganization. This is gonna make
I
it to
gotta.
where it's cheaper for us to design things.
Nice.
And it'll also let us get the ones below it that are pretty effective.
Hang on, I'm trying to get these stupid orders set up for making sure we actually garrison this properly.
Mm-hmm. This is a big deal. If we can take Aalborg, it'll mean that we can go through the Baltic again. Or, well, through to the Atlantic. And into the North Sea.
Just ignore how ugly those orders are, but they should work.
Do what you gotta do. Like Clausewitz said, it's not a stupid military tactic if it works.
Well, I mean that is Copenhagen right there in our hands.
Mm-hmm. So what I was trying to say earlier about the Pacific War, they had this problem where if the Marines and the armies both landed at the same time, pretty much the army would be completely ignored, and it was like a complete Marine victory. They wouldn't even mention the army. And that led to a lot of issues between the army and the Marines where they didn't like each other and would often cause fights.
I can see that causing some inter-service rivalries.
Yeah, not quite the level of the Japanese, but pretty similar one.
Ooh, actually, oh, and of course Sweden has given the Germans military access.
Mm-hmm. Well, they get bullied into it, so I don't really blame them too much. Speaking of bullying, we need to get the airfields built up around here as well at some point. Oh, it's on the list, okay.
Alright. I'm gonna try and take Odense so we can actually get into the Baltic. I'm sending the mountaineers over though. So that way I
Okay.
don't need a full infantry army. Because
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
fine.
think I don't
Yeah,
think we need them
there's
to.
no way they're getting through now. I'm pretty damn confident of that. That is something I wish was better represented in the game. I think we may have touched on it previously a little bit, but I wish U.S. Lend-Lease to the Soviet Union in particular felt like it was more there. Because, I mean, historically we provided them with like fucking 90% of their trucks in 1944, kind of shit like that. A lot of train stock, massive amounts of airplanes and tanks, and guns, and really everything else.
Oh, sorry. I keep getting focused on everything going on in my sector.
Yeah, there's an Italian medium tank division there.
Yeah, sorry. That would be kind of interesting to talk about, wouldn't it?
Actually, no, make that a light tank. I don't see a line on it. I use NATO symbols. I don't know about you.
Oh no.
I'm just really fond of them. Like, I didn't play HOI4 too much, but I liked how the order of battle looked in that game.
I should probably like actually learn NATO symbols. I feel like it wouldn't hurt to actually know them.
They're really easy. Like, double cross is just infantry, a single slash is cavalry, a circle is tanks, and then there's lines designating if they're light, medium, or heavy.
Okay.
And then paratroopers is a parachute. Mountaineers is the double cross, but with like a mountain below it, I guess. And then Marines is an anchor. Like, it's pretty simple. At least in my opinion.
Oh, the Germans have sent one of their medium tank divisions to try to get me out of Odenase. There is a Italian light there.
How is the supply over there? Are you preventing them from destroying our shiznit?
Yeah,
You
so
might
far,
want to
so
use
good.
those tactical bombers you got.
Yeah, I just moved him over to Bornholm.
I don't think interception's the plan you want, though. I think close air support and strat bombing might be a little more up your alley. Oh, and logistic strike.
What?
Here, I'll put it on for you.
Yeah, I don't... Oh, shit, as I'm, like, clicking things. Yeah, I don't know why...
Yeah, I don't think tactical bombers want to be intercepting. Like, yeah, the TU-2
No.
has a 20mm gun, but... Well, two of them, I think. Alright, I'm changing the front line plans. I'm going to make a real front line instead of just defensive line.
Sounds like a plan.
Because we're doing well enough that I think we're fine.
I'm gonna grab my, some of these, what are these called? Transport planes, and I'm gonna use these to help supply.
Yeah, by all means. We have plenty of, we're literally full on command power. So feel free to use it at your discretion. Also,
Awesome.
especially considering you're the only one doing offensive operations.
I mean, the Germans are, like, there's now a second German medium here.
Findunsky.
Yeah, they do not seem happy to have me here.
Okay, that's where it starts. Good to see. Oh. Is that a naval invasion? What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, limited success. They took out 25% of the oil at Krasnodar. Okay. Like that matters, lol.
Could... Oh, well.
It really doesn't seem like that big a deal to me, honestly.
No. I
That
don't
oil
think it
is one of
matters.
the only things we actually can get a pretty good supply of.